A week after Sheriff Tom Mercer investigated the abandoned Ashcroft Motel, an unexpected visitor walked into the Black Hollow Sheriff's office. The man introduced himself only as Ian, no last name. He claimed he'd worked for Wayne Ashcroft years earlier. That morning, he'd driven past the old motel and noticed the crime scene tape still surrounding the property. It was the first time in years he'd seen deputies there, so he decided it was finally time to talk. Mercer invited him into his office. For nearly a minute, neither man said a word. Then, Mercer finally broke the silence. "So, you worked for Wayne Ashcroft?" Ian admitted he had, only for a while. As the conversation continued, Ian casually mentioned something Mercer wasn't expecting. People around Black Hollow had always talked about a room 12, except, according to Ian, there had never been one, only 11 rooms. Still, every morning, a brass key marked 12 hung behind the front desk with all the others. When Mercer asked what had opened, Ian said he'd always assumed it belonged to a maintenance room or storage area. He'd questioned Wayne Ashcroft about it once. Wayne's answer was simple: mind your own business. After another long silence, Mercer asked the question that mattered. Why stop now? Ian looked toward the front window. Figured maybe somebody finally found something. Mercer nodded, then asked one final question. You hear about the disappearance? Ian answered before thinking. The salesman. Mercer's eyes slowly lifted. Salesman? Ian immediately realized his mistake. He hesitated, then quietly said, That's what I heard. Mercer didn't challenge him. He didn't accuse him. He simply closed the notebook on his desk. Ian had just revealed more than he intended. The conversation appeared to be over. Ian thanked Mercer for his time and started toward the office door. Then Mercer stopped him. There wasn't much. Ian paused. Mercer slowly opened a folder on his desk, not because he needed anything inside, but because he wanted Ian to hear the paper moving. Just an old brass motel key. Ian slowly turned around. His face never changed, but his breathing did. His fingers tightened around the cap in his hands. Only for a second, Mercer noticed. Still had the old keys, huh? Just one. Neither man spoke again. Ian gave a small nod, walked out of the sheriff's office, and disappeared down the highway. Mercer remained at the window until Ian's truck was gone. Something about the conversation didn't sit right. Not because of what Ian had said, but because of what he'd almost said. Mercer walked to the evidence locker. He unlocked it. Inside rested the tarnished brass key, stamped simply 12. Mercer stared at it for several long seconds, then turned toward the front office. Rose, pull everything we've got on Wayne Ashcroft and every former employee of the Ashcroft Motel.